Everyone's going crazy that alcohol is soon going to be served at Disneyland, but is it really all that much of a change? This is D4E-Ticket News. Hey guys, so I know it's been a while since our last news update, and I'm sure that if some of you are aware of some of the news that's been going on, you might be wondering why it's taken me so long to talk about some of these things. Well, we'll get to that, but let's start with actually A-Ticket news. As of this weekend, the Disney Junior character Vampirina is now at California Adventure Park. You can find her at the Disney Junior Dance Party and also available for meet and greets out on the streets. Sad to say, also, as of last week, A Bug's Land is now officially closed and a thing of the past at California Adventure. We don't know 100% sure when Marvel Land will open other than just sometime in 2020. And we don't know a lot about it yet, but in the meantime, we can just get ready to see a lot of construction walls up in front of former A Bug's Land's entrance. For the first time in a long time, Disney has actually released some more information about the Tropical Hideaway, which is set to open later this year, whenever that might be. Pretty much it's just they've given us a couple of extra pieces of concept art to look at and told us a little bit more about what they're actually going to be selling there, which is a little different than I was thinking. I was worried that they might be moving the Dole Whips into the Tropical Hideaway. It doesn't sound like they are. Instead, they'll be selling like some smaller things like bao buns, which are Asian-inspired things, and also these sort of spring roll type things that are filled with pineapple and cream cheese, which actually sound really delicious. Again, no official word yet about when it's going to open other than later this year, so keep an eye out, we'll let you know. Sounds like some of the restaurants at the hotels at Disneyland Resort are going to be getting a little bit of an upgrade. The Disneyland Hotel, the Tangaroa Terrace, which is kind of the go-to quick service restaurant for that hotel, is going to be closing and will reopen next year as essentially the same thing, only they're going to add a bar and grill, so now it'll serve alcohol as well. And you'll also find that Whitewater Snacks, the quick service at the Grand Californian, will also be closing down and getting a little bit of a refurbishment. And they're going to be adding in a new pool bar at the Grand Californian as well, which is a nice little addition to that pool area as well. Kind of, I mean, it could use a little bit of love. It's not as nice as the Disneyland Hotel. For those of you that know Halloween time at Disneyland even just a little bit, you know that the Haunted Mansion Holiday features a huge gingerbread house in the dining room scene, and that gingerbread house changes every year. This year's gingerbread house is spectacular, and Disney's released a few new images that, I mean, are better than anything anyone else can get on a moving ride of this new gingerbread house, which features a huge cookie spider holding up a part of the mansion itself. It's really, really cool. So this is one of the reasons why you always want to check out the Haunted Mansion Holiday every time it reopens, because there's always something new and different, especially the gingerbread house. And yes, it is real gingerbread, and they make it. It's amazing. The thing that people have been talking the most about over the last couple of weeks is about the latest announcement Disneyland has made about the upcoming Star Wars Galaxy's Edge land coming to Disneyland next summer. It really is just a little bit of an announcement, but people are really focused on one little part of it, but we'll start at the beginning. The cantina that's going to be featured in Galaxy's Edge is going to be called Oga's Cantina, and it's run by a proprietor named Oga Gara, and they talk about how this is going to be a popular stopping point for those seeking to avoid the authorities, and that it's the kind of establishment that attracts some of the most interesting and disreputable characters in the galaxy. Of course, they do talk about how we're going to see DJ Rex now, who we all fell in love with at the original Star Tours aboard the Starspeeder 3000 and not the 1000. But the part of this announcement that's really got everyone talking is one little sentence where they say that with choices for kids and libations for adults, the cantina will make for a great stop. Obviously what this means is that there's going to be alcohol served. This is a huge deal. Since its opening, Disneyland has been a dry park for the general public. The only way you could get alcohol inside the park was if you were part of Club 33. And so with this, now they're saying we're going to be serving alcohol to everybody. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, is this just straying from what Walt originally wanted? Is this really the best thing for the park? Now, I don't drink, personally. I don't care other people do. And personally, when they announced this, I was a little just kind of like meh by the whole thing, because really, what is it going to change? People can get drunk at the Disneyland Resort very easily, just not inside Disneyland Park. As soon as you leave the gates, anything else in the Disneyland Resort offers alcohol. And so people are still drunk right now in Disneyland. They just don't currently have the beverage in their hand. I really personally think that the only difference that you're really going to see with this new cantina is that now you're actually going to see people with the drinks in hand, like you do at California Adventure. But Disney has figured out how to keep people from getting drunk off their heads at the parks. I think that the biggest thing that they do is the prices. They're so expensive to get a drink that you really don't want to break the bank just to get a couple of drinks and get a little buzzed. So instead you buy like maybe 1 or 2 drinks and then you're done. I think that's really what you're gonna see at the cantina, which is why I wasn't like going at my camera as soon as this announcement was made, because I was like, okay, that's kind of a cool announcement. I mean, is it a big deal that this is changing? Yeah, because I mean, the park has been open 63 years, and this is the first time they're gonna be serving alcohol to the general public inside the gates. But at the same time, the Disneyland Resort has been offering alcohol to guests for, you know, 16 years, 17 years. So it really doesn't make a huge difference, but it's still kind of a cool announcement for most people. So just keep a heads up for that. So a lot of news things to talk about today, and I have a feeling that more is going to be coming in the near future. There's still a lot of things that I'm keeping my eye on so that I can let you know as soon as I learn anything about it, including World of Color if it ever comes back. So make sure you like and subscribe so you can keep getting our videos like this and keep updates, and make sure you follow us and everything else, all that jazz. Love you guys are awesome.